All right, hey, this is Act 2 of the podcast. We're getting right back into it. If you missed Act 1, go back and listen to that thing. Otherwise, this isn't going to make any sense. Okay, see ya. So I would like to just say that what I do is the same thing I've always done. That's just fucking talk and be honest with people and talk to you and laugh along. And that's what I always thought made that show good to begin with. I don't have a short answer as to why it was good or bad, or in this case, you think it's good. Yeah, it just kind of happened. And then you start to strip away the things that made the show what it is. It's a miracle that they are successful. I will tell them this. I will say this. The fact that they still have largely what they had in terms of popularity, I feel, now that they had back when I was there. Is that, I think, is the most impressive thing. And I say it, and it's insulting, I know, but I say it, they have that despite it sucks. It's horrible, and they know that. Now, on yesterday's Who Are These Freebeers, we talked for a long time about how bad it is, and because they got all into their feelings because somebody sent an email saying, hey, what the fuck happened to this show? And they went hard on this guy for like 20 minutes. And with all this nonsense, using the same things that they've used before, like, well, we've changed. We're different people now. Okay, you've changed, and now you're talking about candles and malls and eating Pringles on the air and whether or not condiments should go in the fridge or how to load the dishwasher or tell us your best sleepover story from when you were a kid. Okay, that's what's happening there. Rebecca says, you also have a great group of listeners who contribute. They give you stories and they participate in the chat. You have characters you can go to for entertainment. Absolutely. Yeah, you are my part of my lifeline. If I have to record a show without interacting with the chat how many times has the chat made things jog in my brain that I go, oh shit, I got to talk about this. Yeah, so that's kind of like the long answer. And I'm just appreciative that you, wrote that out. That's, a lot. That's awesome. Rebecca says that time off the mic is what builds camaraderie, and that translates. Now they're lazy. Bob says the hot debate of using a top sheet or not. And duvet cover talk. I don't think I've heard that one. Freeburn Hot Wings tries desperately to hide the fact that they are Gen X. Their fan base is young and dumb. No, it's not. Their fan base has become, and I've joked about it before, but the misfits of the communities that they're on listen to that show. That's why those people hate me, because I'm a loudmouth and I tell people they're ugly. And so that doesn't play well with that group because, well, they're ugly. So that's what happens. That's why when I show up saying, hey, you're ugly, you have a neck beard, you smell like fucking fudge, then I get, they hate me because that's something that I have done always. Cole in Colorado Springs says, it's 50-year-old single divorced moms. And simps. I'm not sure what that means. Rebecca says, for example, we got so much mileage out of Megan and the TikTok that she sent you yesterday. Oh, yeah. Well, if I can take every single person here and over time they have a personality trait that makes them interesting or fun or hilarious, I mean, that says a lot. Bob says, and the White Knights for Maitland. Well, their audience, White Knights for them all the time. Hell, I love my audience where if somebody beats the shit out of me on Facebook, like let's say I make a snarky post and someone shows up and says something horrible about me, one of the things I love is that I get no help from anybody because you dummies are there like, oh, cool. Now Eric's going to fight him. I'm not getting involved because I want to see Eric beat the shit out of this guy. And I'm always like, well, fuck, I don't want to beat the shit out of this guy right now. I do this all the time. How about somebody else beat the shit out of him? And then I finally get up the energy. All right, fine, I'll fight with you. Alan says, I came here thinking I'd be in the shadows. Now I'm one of the characters, I think. Oh, yeah. Well, all the regulars are, not everybody has a character trait or an impression made of them. But I love the fact that, like Alan, we just learned the other day something about you, the fact that you have 9 horses and you don't take care of them. Because there you go. That's a character trait. You have horses and they die way too young because you're not good at taking care of them, obviously. So now I'm leaning into you and your hobby and suggesting that you're a bad caretaker of animals. There you go. Now we're building on something. That's why you got to be careful as to what you tell me about you, because I'm probably going to use it against you at some point in time. Murder lover Linda says, I don't want to fight those people because they'll blow up my picture and call me fat and ugly. LOL. Stevie says, Becky and I have back-to-back abortions today at 2. Yes, you and your steady love of abortion. Abortion makes you cream. Rebecca says, my character trait, boobs and muscles. Yeah, I've got I like to have a mixed bag of audience here, but all one thing in common. They love my hair. That's all that matters. At the end of the day, all that matters, my hair. All right, I'll send a text off to the Ice Queen, by the way. Ask her if she wants to be on the show. Not going to do it right now, though. If I got to be careful about this. I don't want to piss her off because if I piss her off, she's going to want to kick my ass. And you just don't want that. Okay. Zelensky Outdoor Services. How about Nate and his great business? If you're in West Michigan, you want somebody to take care of your lawn, you need Zelensky Outdoor Services. All right? He's going to do a great job cutting your lawn every week, edging, weed eating if need be, fertilizing, using the blower to get all the clumps off the lawn. There's not going to be a mess in the street. Your neighbors aren't going to hate you. It's going to look amazing. Call for an estimate, 734-626-7788. Get the quote today at 734-626-7788. It costs a lot less than you think. Reach out and please mention me. Now, when you do sign on the dotted line with Zelensky Outdoor Services, if you get anybody to join, like if they say, hey, your lawn looks good, who's doing it? Well, Nate Zelensky at Zelensky Outdoor Services. Hi, can you put me in touch with them? Yeah, sure. And then they sign up, your next cut is free. So if you keep recommending people, you can get all this for free if you like. That's what Nate is doing, and he's doing a great job with it. He asked me to help him build his business. I would appreciate it if you reach out to him and get a quote, because that means that his marketing on my show works. Zelensky Outdoor Services, if you're in West Michigan, reach out at 734-626-7788. Nate will pick up. Hamilton Star messes up national anthem at the Mets opening day game.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight.
Nope. Night.
What so proud.
Oh, no, at Perilous Night or the Ramparts.
Fight. What's so
Okay, if he knew he fucked it up, you could hear that extra half second on the pause.
through the perilous fight. What so proudly we hailed were so gallantly streaming,
Oh, fuck.
and the rocket's red glare.
I think he's back on track.
The bombs bursting in air gave proof through the night that our flag was still there.
As soon as you forget the words, everything kind of falls apart.
Oh, say does that
his tone
Star
is still good.
Spangled Banner
All right.
yet wave o'er the land of the free.
Get it right. Okay, so any of the video footage you have of him, it's close up like that. I still don't know why, with the technology that we have today, you don't have just a stand in front with a tablet with the words scrolling. What as just in case, as a reference point. You can always go back to it and go right off of the tablet. I don't know, just to be sure. Piano Finger Banger says, I wonder how many people didn't even notice. Maureen says, like karaoke. Exactly. I've told the story before about how I had to sing the anthem once. Didn't I tell you that? I was the public address. This was the hockey team where I had, on the way to the game, with the white pants on, I pooped my pants. So I'm halfway to the Knoxville Civic Coliseum in Knoxville, Tennessee. Same gig that I have now. And then I farted, but it wasn't a fart. It was zero fart, 100% wet, hot diarrhea. And it wasn't like I caught it just as it was starting to leave my butthole. All of it went in the seat. It's in my underwear, immediately soaks through the white pants. It's in the seat. In fact, when it was all said and done, I cleaned the seat, and then I put it was wet, and I used a wet dry vac, or whatever. Scrubbed it really well, and then it dried, and I touched it and put it up to my nose to sniff it, and then I could still smell my shit. Like I ruined the seat. It was in the seat. Because I just ground it down because I had to drive another 10, 15 miles, and my ass is just pushing it right into the seat. So it was at the same team, same scenario. But in that one, I had so two stories here. I had a kind of like a sweatshirt, like a team or a league type of jacket or windbreaker or something like that. Not really a sweatshirt. Well, I tied it. I got out and I'm in the parking garage and I tied it around my waist, which looked a little weird because you could see, on my ass, on my pants, similar to when like you were a child and you would take all the paints and you'd put it on one half of the paper, reds, blues, yellows, greens, and then you fold it in half and then you open it up and you have a piece of art. That's what my pants look like, but it wasn't paint, it was shit. So I went into the locker room, and they have those shower trees. It's like a pole with all around it is shower heads. And I took off the windbreaker, and I took off my pants and my socks and my underwear. But I left my shirt on. And I was able to, because you can predict where the water blast is going to be. I'm bent over like this, and the water's hitting here, and I'm washing my asshole, watching the feet. And there's hockey players preparing for the game. They actually saw this happen, and I noticed everything got real quiet, like off to the side where they were getting prepared. There was music playing, and then once that. It became apparent that this was happening. People are sneaking in and looking. And so, all right, I finished that. I got a bunch of those brown paper towels and like dried my ass off. Got dressed. And I put those clothes back on. There's shit on the clothes. Tophus says, you bare-knuckled a turd down the toilet. You shit the fuck out of your pants on the way to sing the national anthem. No, national anthem, different day. Totally different day. No shit involved in national anthem story. I put the clothes back on. I put the windbreaker around my waist, and I went over to where I sit in between the penalty boxes. Same place that I sit now for my games now. And at some point during the game, Buzz Parinello, he goes, it smells like shit. And I'm like, wow, yeah, I know. I don't smell it. Yeah, I actually, it doesn't smell like fart. It smells like actual shit. So Anthem Day, this chick from the news station, she does like plays, and she's got a good singing voice. I was, all right, time for the anthem with so-and-so from channel whatever. She's not there. We don't know what to do. We don't have a copy of the national anthem. No one has it on CD anywhere. This is before like streaming music where you could just play it. We have no one to sing the anthem. We're actually asking people, do you want to sing the anthem? It's now time to start. And and they didn't even know I was doing it. So it's time to do the anthem. Ladies and gentlemen, please rise. Gentlemen, remove your hats. Active retired military can keep their hats on while rendering the military salute. Today's anthem performer, and usually I say the name, and he goes, today. And then I said, today's anthem performer, me. I said me. I grabbed the handheld mic, walked through the penalty box, onto the ice. Spotlight comes on me, and I sang the national anthem on the ice. And I remember that it was, considering the scenario, it was functional. That's about the only thing I could say positive about it. It had to be done. Somebody had to do it. We can't just say we have no one to sing the anthem. Fuck it, I'll sing it. No, I don't have any footage of this because that would have been great. But you got to understand, I love attention. I have an insatiable appetite for any type of attention. Hey, I'm watching you. Knock that off. Birch says that had to be an incredible shart to work through that many layers. Cole says, play it off your phone, Spotify. I just said to you, you moron. That's Cole in Colorado Springs. I just said to you, you dipshit. This is before we barely had the internet. This is like 1998. Hold on. Hey, enough. Stop. Hey. Quit it. Describing it as bare knuckling a turd is one of my new favorite things. Anyway, that guy from Hamilton stunk. My Pillow guy, where's he been? He got served with a lawsuit while being interviewed on live TV. Remember when this guy used to be a great story? Like, I think he was a crackhead. And then somehow he got his shit together and started making these super comfortable pillows. And then the next thing you know, he's like a millionaire.
Into our country.
Oh, that's ear rape. Hang on. He's become kind of a joke with all the politics shit.
Into our country, most of them break a law within the first 3 months. Most of them, we're on TV here, please. We're on TV, please. We're on TV, please. Okay, we're on TV, please. We're on TV, please. Okay, we're on TV, please.
What are you serving him with?
We're on TV, please. We're on TV, please.
What are you serving him with?
I'm not accepting.
What are you trying to serve him, ma'am?
We're on TV, please.
Yeah.
On TV, please. Okay.
The reporter's like, what are you serving him with? He wanted answers. Yeah, that guy's kind of a goof. Andrew says, what a shitty, unprofessional process server. Well, look, if I'm a process server and I have the ability to go viral, I'm going to do that. My process server is the nicest guy on the planet. I love that guy. Rebecca says, watch the reporter here. He is salivating at what's happening. Yeah, I would have done the same thing if I've got the opportunity to serve somebody on TV. Back to baseball. The opening game for the Mets, where the guy was singing the anthem there so poorly. During the game, things were poor as well. The Pirates and the Mets were playing. Mets are at home. And the Pirates are in the field in the first inning. Their pitcher is one of the best pitchers in baseball, Paul Skeens. And the center fielder for Pittsburgh had back-to-back fielding errors, which caused Skeens to get pulled in the first inning. I want you to see just how shitty this guy is at his job.
A lot of his pitches are side to side. Faded to center.
Okay, so the dude in center field, he was playing it poorly, and as soon as the ball was hit, he ran in instead of he misjudged it, so it's going to fly over his head.
A lot of his pitches are side to side. Faded to center field. Cruz started in, and he gets burned. It's over him.
Look at these two guys here. Are the guy? This guy's about to catch his own guy of the Mets. Bases were loaded. One run.
Send him! Oh,
2, 3 runs in. All right. So that was a mistake.
Above center field, and I think the win.
Brett Beatty,
the very next batter. Watch what happens.
Field in 4-2 Mets. And the first pitch to Marcus Semien to start his New York career. Oh, and Cruz
Same idiot fucks it up.
that one.
Just boots the shit out of
A
it.
nightmarish start for O'Neal Cruz on opening day. Oh, no. All the work in the spring, the renewed emphasis on defense. There was so much optimism
Yeah,
for
he's
O'Neal
gonna
Cruz,
throw himself
and he
out of
lost that one in the sun.
window.
Oh, absolutely. He got there, but then obviously right here he doesn't know where it is. Here's a shortstop that they moved to center field. Obviously,
Yeah, it gets caught in the
this
sun.
is
You're screwed.
absolutely an inning he would love to.
Oh. This guy writes, I remember I did something like this when I was 8 years old. What kind of odds could you have got on Paul Skeens having a 60-plus earned run average at any point during the year? That's probably the only baseball highlights I'll play. Tigers won yesterday. If you want to watch the Tigers now, you have to download an app and put it onto your TV, and that's not the end of the world, really. There's been a change in their broadcast, so I don't really care about that. We'll just get the app and watch the games. But the problem with that is I have to teach the NFK how to toggle from the game to regular cable TV, which is a couple of steps. If you ever have with your smart TV, you got to go to the hub or the home and toggle over to the app that the baseball game is on, and then you watch it. And if you want to watch TV, let's say it goes to commercial or the game, your team sucks and you want to watch TV, which he does all the time. He's a channel flipper extraordinaire. Since they're not on regular cable TV anymore, he has to, take that extra step to watch other channels. And I'm reasonably sure that will be beyond his level of expertise. And the reason why I say that is because for whatever reason, this TV that he watches, sometimes the voice prompts or the, like if you're a blind person, if you turn the volume up, the TV will say volume up 1. Or you change a channel, it'll say channel change 65. Our TV does that. Like every once in a while, randomly, it'll just start doing that. So he says, hey, fucking TV motherfucker's talking to me again. It is? It is. Hey, Eric. Yeah, what's up? Can you fix this? So then I have to go in, menu, settings, communication, scroll over, enable, whatever, disable. You have to do a lot to make it do that. So much so, and it happens often enough that I said, hey, how about this? I'll make you a little how-to, like a tutorial. So I went through, and every step I wrote down on a sheet of loose leaf paper what you have to do, like specific directions. And it's about a page. But literally all you have to do is read and then do it. And I don't think that it did anything. I think it was ineffective. I think it either got thrown out, never used. He might have wiped his ass with it. Because he's still like, hey, can you get this? Now, I don't want to say to him, well, do it yourself or use your troubleshooting guide. I mean, I would love it if he learned. But if I ever leave, like for a week or something like that, he's going to be fucked. He's going to have to put up with that shit, and it's going to drive him crazy, and he's probably going to murder the cats. Piano Finger Banger says, step 1, flap arms. Step 2, smear peanut butter on the remote. Tofus says, you cannot leave him in your house by himself. Right? I know. So when he says, hey, can you fix this? I go, yes, I will. I will fix it. The first thing I do every time, you know those canisters of Lysol wipes? I will go and get 2 or 3 of them, fold them, and I'll lay that on the remote and then pick up in front of them, pick it up, wash it thoroughly, and then I'll use the remote. I mean, it's that bad. Okay. So I'm concerned with if he uses the fucking app to watch the Tigers, how the fuck is he going to go and watch whatever stupid show on the Learning Channel he wants to watch in between innings? So I'm a little bit concerned about that. Because there was a time when we had to watch a Lions game on on the Amazon app or something like that. And he was concerned about when we were done watching if we would put the Amazon app, put it back on regular TV, because he was so worried that he wouldn't be able to access regular TV the next morning. Like, those are the types of things that keeps this guy up at night. He's that cooked. All right. Well, I'm hopeful. Joseph Duggar. Now, not to be confused with Josh Duggar. Josh Duggar is the one who's in prison for child porno. Joseph Duggar is accused of molesting a little girl. And this is sick shit. Everything about this is sick. It doesn't just have to be the Duggars, but I mean, this is, first of all, it's really remarkable that now, out of all, it's strange to me, but maybe it's not, that this super religious family appears to be very effective at producing psychopaths and pedophiles and child molesters, despite all of the Christianity that influences their decisions. You would think that. It's just remarkable to me. Too often, the goodness of Christianity, which at its core is good, I don't know if everybody who practices it makes it good. The core tenets of Christianity don't really sway these evildoers from committing horrible acts and horrible crimes. Like, they behave like Christians when it comes to every other aspect of their life. But when it comes to the most important thing, keeping children safe, they actually hurt children. I mean, how do you function in society knowing that you're that type of monster? I'll never know. Also, I'm just going to get out in front of this. If anybody in my family, I don't care who they are, hurts children, we're done. I'm never speaking to you again, and you can just die. I don't care. I don't care about that whole family thing. I would never defend or do anything to support a family member who's hurt a child. My God. But some of these details, and they're tough to hear, have been revealed by the child now. The kid is now 14. Kid was only 9 when this happened. Joseph is 31. He was said to be a guest during the 2020 trip to Panama City Beach. The victim said that Joseph asked the then 9-year-old to sit on his lap numerous times during the trip. She would also sit on the defendant's lap, and Duggar would cradle her with his arms. There's a lot. You know what? I'm just going to link it up. I can't say it. It's that bad. It's just fucking hideous. The brother, Josh, made a statement and said something. God, what did he say? I had it in front of me and then I lost it. Let's see. Josh Duggar's statement. Joseph. Give me a second to look that up. He made a statement from prison. Okay, first of all, Jason Duggar, not Josh, the one who's in prison. Jason Duggar broke his silence, and he said, "We are angered by what has happened. By what has happened, and we pray God's righteous hand and the court system will serve justice in the situation as deserved." Well, that could mean anything. We, like many, have spent the week completely shocked, confused, and grieved. To list a few emotions, we are disgusted to hear the news about my brother. However, this isn't about how it's impacted our lives. Our hearts are burdened because a child's life has been turned upside down due to evil actions of someone who should have never hurt the vulnerable. This is something unthinkable. That's a great statement, actually. Okay, so that's not the one I'm looking for. That's another family member saying it's awful. All right, maybe I was just looking at... Okay, all right, here we are. This is it. Josh Duggar sympathizes. Okay, I'm looking at this for the first time. Josh sympathizes with the suffering that the public spectacle of criminal accusation creates. So while one member of the Duggar family is like, we're disgusted with this information about our brother. Yeah, that's pretty to the point, and it's obviously they feel that it's true. But Josh, the one who looks at child porno and is in prison for that for a long, long time, says, through his attorney, Bo Brindley, Josh has felt the pain of false public accusation himself, and he has seen how the media sensationalizes his family's private struggles. A jury found Josh guilty of child porno in December of 21. He was sentenced in May of 22 to 12 and a half years, expected to be out in 2032. Attorney continued by saying Josh cannot speak to his brother's guilt or innocence, but he can say that no one deserves to have their lowest moments broadcast for the world for the sake of clicks and online comments. No, that's ridiculous. What a absurd thing to say at a moment like this. At the end of the day, this is all Joseph Duggar's fault. And he's blaming everybody else for actually talking about this. Well, your fucking families is a bunch of celebrities, and everybody's got their eye on you, sick fucks, after what you did in the first place. So fuck you. Rot in hell, you sick bastard. God, what a bunch of animals. If I'm that dad, I do a reality show about how much I hate my kids. We've got a couple nominations for the for the wood chipper. Topher says, fuck him, fuck the pedos, fuck their privacy. Rebecca says, Josh Duggar can fuck all the way off. Donko says, I feel sorry for the daughters. Topher says, yeah, it's the media's fault that you're a predator. Donko says, their creepiness was on display for years. Anyone with any kind of sense knew their whole thing was odd. We fell for it. I remember when the story became that the Duggars are a family, that they have so many kids, and we interviewed the dad, and the dad was great. And he was a nice person to talk to. I enjoyed speaking to him. We didn't think for a second that there was anything wrong with it. I cannot believe that idiot in prison had the nerve to say that. What a fuck. OpenAI has shelved plans to release an erotic chatbot indefinitely. Like they were going to make an erotic chatbot, but decided against it. following concerns from staff and investors about the effect of sexualized AI content on society. This is the first I've ever heard of this type of thing, and going by just the few lines that I have in front of me, so does that mean, like how if you have an AI assistant that says, well, good morning, Tophus. On your schedule today, you have a couple of errands to run and a doctor's appointment. Would you like me to order you a coffee? And then Tophus would say, yes, thank you, AI chatbot Tophus. Order me that coffee. I'll be there in 10 minutes to get it. I think that that's how the AI assistant works, right? I don't utilize this, but I'm pretty sure that that's kind of it. And I can only assume that an erotic chatbot would be you wake up and then the chatbot would talk dirty to you. Wow, I could see where if hold on a second. Hey. Darla has an abrasion on her leg that she keeps like licking it, which is not good for it. So the other night, I had to kind of like cover it up with a bandage, and it started to heal, and I think the licking is not a great thing for it, so I kind of have to keep one eye on her while I'm talking about this. Hey, don't do it. Don't do it. Please. I'm almost done. It's like having children with you. There are already people out there convinced they have an intimate AI partner. Tophus, hey, quit. Tophus says AI chatbot Tophus would tell me to fuck off. Stevie says, yeah, we don't need that. So concerns from staff and investors, like the guys who make it, the tech people that would make it, like, look, we don't think this is a good idea. We think it will hurt society if people can talk dirty to a chatbot. I'll tell you this. If you did talk dirty to a chatbot once and the chatbot talked back to you, you're never going to not do it. You're going to always be doing that. Every chance you can get, you're going to do it. And at some point, it's going to go off, like when there's a kid there or something like that. Or it's going to talk dirty to your grandma. Or it's going to say something. It's going to talk to your phone while you're at church that it wants you to put it in their asshole. There's a lot of hilarious things that can happen. All right. Think about how when we started to utilize Zoom regularly during COVID, how many times we would turn on a story or read a story about a guy on a meeting whipping out his penis. And how many times people didn't realize they were on camera. And that's not even talking dirty to you. I think the element of what can happen for hilarity is too great to pass up. I think we need this. Tophus says putting it in grandma's asshole by Grok. I hope it happens quickly if it hasn't already. I'm surprised that wasn't the first thing that happened when AI became a thing. So I'm actually, all these people are like, oh boy, this is good. This is good for society. If you all had the opportunity to use it, I'm sure you would. You would at least try it just to see what's going on, and then you wouldn't stop. So make sure you don't ever start doing it when it becomes available. And don't believe for 1 second that OpenAI is going to make this go away. They're just waiting till a better opportunity. And then it's going to happen. This is going to be a regular thing, and it's going to invade our lives. and it's going to lead to just some amazingly awkward moments that we won't be. I want to be watching a video of a judge similar to the chick, the judge, the televideo thing where the judge is yelling at the chick because she's in her car. This is going to happen in the courtroom. I can promise you that. Think about all the great things that can take place. Tyler says, I think chat bots are fine, but people that treat them like real people are fucked up. They should just be a form of entertainment like a video game. Yes. So we're not going to change the fucked up people. The chat bots don't make the people fucked up. It's a way for fucked up people to communicate. Fortunately, clear-thinking people like myself know who these animals are, and we avoid them. Birch says, look at all the mileage that came from the cat filter ass hat in the virtual courtroom. Oh, yeah. Big time. Hold on a second. I got to respond to this one. Yes, sir. Period. What time works for you? Question mark. That's my buddy Fast Jimmy. He wants to swim. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, we are remarkably close to the asshole of the day. We've talked about a lot of things today, so I want you to think about who it could possibly be. I think I know off the top of my head. Before I do anything, thank you to My Policy Shop Insurance. That would be Frank Fuss. Do not navigate healthcare.gov alone. If you're in between jobs, own your own business, or the boss just does not offer insurance, reach out to Frank Fuss at appointmentwithfrank.com. That's appointmentwithfrank.com. He will help you navigate the entire marketplace expertly and for free. Frank's services cost you nothing. He gets paid by insurance companies after he puts you into their policy. Your health care. That's how I get my health care, through the marketplace, and you can too. Appointmentwithfrank.com. When it comes to getting your hair cut, there's only one place, really. King's Room Barbershop. Online at kingsroom.net. 3 locations in West Michigan, Caledonia. Also, Northland Drive and at 821 36th Street, kingsroom.net. When you go, please mention me. All walk-ins, no appointments. Haircuts, $21 plus tip. They've got all the hair care products there if you're a veteran, active, retired military. $18 for a haircut. Thanks to Kuiper Tree Care. You can call or text right now, and you can reach out to the Kuipers. 616-828-8225. Not related to Kevin Kuiper. Kuipers. This is Kuiper. Whatever. Kuiper, treecare.com. Get rid of unwanted trees, grind up the stumps, storm debris cleanup, tree trimming, tree risk assessment with Kuiper Tree Care. 616-828-8225. Yesterday's asshole of the day, cops that sued Afro Man. What a great story that was, huh? Birch says, Iranian cigarette boats costing everyone in the long run. Come on, they're defending their country, as fucked up as it is. All right. Let's just make the whole Duggar family. Nice job to Tyler, Tophus, Stevie. I love that. The Duggars are the assholes of the day. Fuck those idiots. All right, folks. I appreciate you so much. I'll join you on the Patreon a little later on. Hopefully you'll join me. Patreon.com/Eric Zane. Thank you for paying attention to this show today and every day. Until next time, have a good one. Bye-bye.